And
Hold on,
back
we
to
about to
this
get
bit
copyrighted.
that had a lot of stuff to say about me. Well, I guess she was good.
Because I love you, as our Queen Hallie once said.
I love it. I love it. Yes,
That's not
I
how the song
love it.
goes, but
I know what song it was.
exactly.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
since you want to come at people, welcome to a very passive aggressive episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. Because
Yeah,
clearly
I
some
think
people got a lot of shit to
you're the
say today.
aggressive. I'm very passive because I'm chilling, babes.
No, it's just a lot of shade being thrown on a Saturday morning that nobody wanted or expected.
You know, it's been real cloudy out, so I'm just matching the Earth's energy as an Earth sign. I can't help but match her.
Girl, I didn't. Did we even intro ourselves? Damn. Hey y'all, it's your boy Batty B, aka Brian, and the B stand for bands.
It's your girl Wangeshi, and the she stands for she a bad bitch.
Per,
I
it's
gotta start getting
given.
an actual intro ready.
You should. It's becoming very lazy. It's giving, como se
Okay.
dice,
I think it's just
she don't
because,
want to work.
I'm like kind of a rapper, so I really like to just kind of freestyle off the dome. And this challenges me to do so.
Oh, brother, this guy.
Honey,
She's
it
really good.
challenges me to do so. So, I can work off the
Battle right
flow.
now. Battle right now.
You interrupted it. I was literally just doing that until you came in with all that cat like energy because you're such a hater. I see. You
Girl.
want to be like me, but you can never compare to Wangeshi.
All right,
I
Amanda
ate that.
Gorman.
I
Sit
don't
your
know
ass
who
down.
that is.
Poet laureate.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all can already
Lunch
tell
there.
what type of time we're on today because this one clearly has some very delusions of grandeur about herself. Meanwhile, I'm
That
just
is
trying
not
to.
true. I'm one with the earth, and the earth tells me to stay grounded, and I do so, honey.
Mm,
I just
girl,
know my truth.
what's going on with you? How's your week?
My week's been good. I have been like realizing that I didn't stop enjoying the things that I typically enjoyed. I was just depressed because I was working 40 plus hours a week.
Yep. That's real. That's real.
And now that I'm not commuting and having to see people's face and interact with people every day for like 8 hours a day, I'm so much happier. Okay. I'm like able to take control of my life and do the things that I want to do. I'm working out again. Okay. I'm cooking again. Okay. I also learned that
Wow,
I never dislike cooking. I dislike prepping vegetables. I don't like cutting vegetables. Like it's so tedious and
baby.
annoying. I literally like put out beans and veggies to prepare,
When you could
and my dad
after
was like,
work.
"Mm-hmm." And my dad was like, "Oh, like, is this what you're making?" And I was like, "I was going to, but I'm just gonna order pizza now because I don't feel like cutting the vegetable."
Yo, that is so real. Because why was that me? That was literally me last night.
Was it?
Yes, I literally just finished work and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta eat something. I haven't eaten all day." And then I was like, the actual act of like walking down the stairs, stepping into the kitchen. First of all, I can't cook without a clean kitchen. So that means
That's fair.
dishes, everything needs to be put away first. Then I can start actually cooking. And then the idea of like cutting, chopping. I was like, oh my god, I'm exhausted. And then when I came downstairs, my mom was like, hey, I made some of those like little flank steaks that you like, so you can just cut it up and make a little. I said, oh. So
To be loved, honey.
I had my own little version of a makeshift gyro.
Oh, per, I love. I do have those
Yeah,
little gyro steak things in my freezer that I can like cut up and make too. I should do that. But my
yeah.
dad ended up cutting the vegetables and then I cooked. I was like, oh, now I feel like cooking again. That's so funny.
You
That's
know,
when I realized it was that.
as much as we always hate, living with our parents and shit, sometimes
It's the little things.
it's really the little things, bruh. Really, the little
Yeah.
things. Like when your mom just remembers to buy your favorite yogurt just cuz.
Mm. Mm. When you know when they buy like the berries and fruits and the snacks that you like and they don't eat it, but they know you
They
do.
don't, but they know
So they
you do.
picked it up for
Yeah.
you.
But
Oh.
speaking of eating, I've got an update. So, you know,
Update
uh
of
yeah, so I've been doing my little semaglutide journey, aka Ozempic.
oh.
Ozempic. We know you didn't do it alone. That should be my intro
Love
music
help
for every time
for sure.
I'm giving
Oh,
it
before you
before an update. Yes.
it should be.
So I just finished my 3 months. Or at least that's how the program. That's
Three
how long the pro.
months.
Mm-hmm. That's how long the
Wow,
program is.
90 days, babes. That's
I know.
major.
Which also means, I believe, is it? No, that's not true. Okay, so anyway, update. I'm officially down 45 pounds.
45 pounds?
Yeah, in 3 months.
Damn. In 3 months? That's major. Oh
Which
my
is,
God. How do you feel?
I felt so proud of myself.
Oh,
Um, I remember like a few weeks back, there was like that setback, right? Where I
some
was like, oh my
slight.
God, I gained a pound. They were like, you'd only gained a pound. I was like, fuck. But then literally the following week after that, I was down 9.
Period.
And
Dang.
then this last week, officially down 45 pounds, 3 months, baby. Uh,
Kudos, babe. So what's like how are you feeling? What are your plans moving forward? What is your
um,
takeaway from the last 3 months, actually, first off?
my takeaway is, I clearly had a very unhealthy relationship with food because, um, and it was a very unhealthy and emotional relationship with food. I realized, I eat for comfort. I eat when I'm sad. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when things aren't going right. When I'm stressed, I'm just like, ooh, I need a little snack. So when that feeling is gone and there's nothing to replace it, you're like, fuck, I gotta deal with this shit. I was telling my friend,
Raw
our
dogging your
mutual friend, this. Yeah,
emotions.
yeah, girl. I was like, oh, I gotta actually feel my feelings now, and I can't just stuff my face with food and be like, all right, everything's fine now. Moving on. Yeah. So it's it's been difficult because um, I've been a lot more emotional
Mm.
than usual, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because like things are get kind of like balancing, but on the good side though, it's like I'm also a little bit like usually around this time I'd be like seasonal depression would be hitting me really hard. I don't know why. Late summer, like be that's when it starts creeping in. Um, hasn't hasn't started yet. Let me
Good.
not say yet because you never know. She might be having a late start to her year.
Or she
Um,
may never start.
may she rest in peace. Excuse me for burping into the mic. But I've also been very happy. So, but mostly emotions have been very high
That's
because I can't eat to
good.
feel my feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's like it's helpful because like now you have to like sit in your feelings. You can't get a
Yeah.
little temporary boost of dopamine, serotonin, whatever it is, while you're like eating.
Yeah. Also, DoorDash and Uber Eats haven't seen me in like 3 months, so they're like, "Nigga, what the
Are they
fuck?" They just
sending
said
you
it.
all the texts and emails like, come back today, order today, and get free? Da da
Literally, I
da.
have I don't know how many 50% off grocery and like alcohol DoorDash coupons or no Uber Eats coupons. It's actually crazy. I'm like, y'all have a problem.
they they miss their girl, honey. They say, where you at, babes?
Listen, the McDonald's near us over here
Mhm.
used to know my order when it came in at like midnight. Around those hours, I'd be like,
Get them fries.
Because them's the late nights where you be like, oh, I'm so sad. I don't want to. I want to go get some McDonald's. I'll feel better. So, them hoes ain't seen me in a minute too. So, I don't know. I'm happy. Um, will I continue? I think I will until I hit my goal. What that goal is, I'm not gonna tell you. I know. The Lord knows. So does my doctor. Which by the way, so I guess for like your last what's it called? Your last appointment in the program, you actually get to meet with like the head of like the either the women's program or like the men's program. I met with a dude who's like in the men's program. This man was beautiful. It was a beautiful white man. He looked like he just stepped out of a fucking Greek like sculpture.
It's
I
like
said
giving Thor or something, or like
it was like the hair was like perfectly like it fell so like messily in a way that looked like messy, but like messy, calculated messy.
intentional.
Yes.
Like
And
Matthew
like his
get Gray Gubler
yeah,
or
yeah, 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 yeah. And then like his eyes were so blue. Like I'm talking like Barbados, like Turks and Caicos, like water blue. I was like, oh. And then he had like this salt and pepper going on with his hair. And then I was like, so like at the end of the payment, I was like, by the way, can I just say this? You are a beautiful man. He goes, oh, wow, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm about to be 48. I said, 48? Babe, I thought you was like 35. He was like, no, I'm about to be 48. I said, okay, what have you been doing? He said, because they're like a medical services clinic. So they do like hair, I think it's like hair transplants and like Botox and like all these other, So he was like, I dibble and dabble with a lot of stuff that we offer here. I said, give me your regimen. I will be paying
right,
for all of
like I can get it
this.
here.
All right. I was like, oh, I need to get whatever regimen they got you on, baby. Because,
Do you remember the episode where you were like talking about all the procedures you want done? Do you still stand by that? Has it adjusted at all?
um, well,
The girls were eating
we
you
shall
up. They're
see.
like, first of all, if you do anything to your nose, I will fight you.
Yeah, the girls definitely was like, Brian, your nose is perfectly fine. I said, really? You don't think that I don't know, maybe my profile could use a little work, but
No.
looking back on that was a very young and naive individual, also a very depressed individual at that. I'm like, let me add that on, because that was like right at the towards like when we're coming out of COVID and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah, that person was not a very happy person to have been saying all those things about their body and all the things that they would want to change after their body just led them through and survived a whole fucking pandemic. So
Fact.
That's one thing I've learned is to, I thank my body for the 27 plus years it's brought me through this life. There have been many instances where it could have given up and failed on me, and it hasn't. And for that, I'm appreciative. Um, and moving forward, I'm going to do my best to treat it better, which is why I'm on like 150 different vitamins. I'm drinking water like a goddamn camel in the desert. Um, yeah, take care of your bodies, y'all. It's the one investment that like you'll never regret.
Well, I'm proud of you, friend. You've come a long way
Thank
in
you.
these 3 months and in these past couple years. So we love to see the growth, okay? Physical growth, the mental and emotional growth. We love to see it
All I'm
all.
saying is, y'all about to see a lot more thirst traps come next summer. Brian's about to be
I'm
naked all over
ready.
this. I'm about to be naked all over social media. This is y'all's warning.
Can
Prepare.
I do them with
Prepare right
you?
now. Prepare right now to be sick of me. I will be naked all over y'all timelines. I might
Can we
just
do
start
an
doing this fucking
Untitled
podcast
Thirsty
shirtless.
Africans shoot? Untitled Thirsty Africans? Or
Not thirsty.
thirsty?
Untitled Africans after hours.
Then we use the photos from that shoot as the segue.
Do you
It's
remember
okay. Now
that?
this is for the grown and sexy and
You
the
remember that photo? And then we come out with
listeners.
a calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, the bisexuals are going to eat that calendar up.
They but I feel like they'd support. Like,
I'm talking. Listen. We'll do real sexy. We'll do like sexy Christmas, sexy St. Patrick's
mm,
Day,
mm,
sexy
nothing
Halloween.
on but a green thong, okay?
Wow, and a little top hat where your little man is.
Little 4-leaf clover pasties.
Ooh,
Oh,
my
look,
bitch post
he
is nasty.
nasty, honey. Nasty. She gets down.
Child, we need to move on. I'm dead. But yeah, that's just my little update, y'all.
I love.
I guess I'll month 4 is coming up, so we'll see how that's going. But I'm very excited. I'm very happy with where I'm at.
As you should be. 45 pounds in 3 months is major. And you got like a whole medical team looking after you as you do it. So that's really good.
Amen. It's the only way to do it. And don't buy your shit from Facebook because I've been seeing these ads all over the place. Yeah, babe. I don't know if like my FBI agent is like, nigga, you paying too much for your program here. You can get it on Facebook for $50. And it's like,
Oh my
stop,
God.
y'all. Please do not go to these like like hims and hers, like all those like medical no. Please go to actual medical professionals if you are somebody who is like struggling with your weight and is considering going through like doing like compound GLP, aka semaglutide, also the active ingredient in Ozempic. I feel like I have to say that whole thing just so people will understand.
Right.
But
So they know
like,
exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
but yes, please go to a medical professional if you are going to consider this. Like, I've seen a lot of videos of, and I don't know if these people have actually gone to medical professionals, but like people like injecting themselves with it, which is fine. Because my medical clinic also does offer that option. They'll just give me the vial of semaglutide and I just do it myself. But personally, I don't like needles, and I'm just like I feel like I'm even though the needle's tiny, I'm like I feel like I'm just gonna fucking hit an artery or like a blood vessel that's like going to my brain, and the next thing I know, I was like I'm aneurysming out. Um, so I personally prefer to go to a medical professional if you can.
Per
Yeah,
that
that's
part.
my PSA.
Speaking of taking care of your health, and growing
Ooh,
mentally,
let's get into what's on the timeline.
yes. Let's get into the work that a lot of these niggas need to do.
We always said we would never be that podcast that talks about like the Twitter
I don't
debate
know.
nonsense.
I don't know what it is. This isn't even a Twitter debate. This is a very important conversation to
But
be
no,
had.
you're right. But this has been something that's been all of our timelines. These niggas is getting
Stirring the
clocked.
pot.
Shout out to Dr. Bryant and her license in psychology, and because she is clocking these boys down. What happened, one guy? Go ahead.
So she was on Cam Newton's podcast, and he was talking about how he's like has a fear of getting married, and that's why he's not married. And I guess trying to reference something that she said earlier, he's like, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. Like you said, it's okay if you need to take your time. She's like, no, you're not taking your time. You're being very active and intentional with what you're doing because you got 8 kids with 3 baby mamas
Clock
and you
it.
want more. And you want more. And he's like, yeah, like I see myself with all of these children. And she's like, you are making broken homes. You are creating low function relationships, or you're finding other low functioning people and having low functioning relationships because that's all you can have as a low functioning person. It's like, eat him up. She was gathering him so good.
All
I
the way
low key
together.
want to play her clip because the way that she said it was
Did we get
just
copyrighted?
so
Struck or
beautiful. No, I don't think so. Um,
no? We could just do a little clip.
should I play a little bit of it? I
Yeah,
have it up.
because
Okay, let's
the
play a little bit.
the fact that you had this read, because the read that she gave him,
Nasty. A nasty read.
My point is this: my desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies because I can't wait to be a mom and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind there.
I think that's enough. She ate.
No. What she needed
Down.
to do, is gather all these black niggas in Hollywood and sit them down in a class and tell them all of that.
Honey, especially the future ones, because these ones, they've already created their broken houses, no homes, houses. But there are even more men who want to create further broken houses by saying like, oh, I don't know about marriage, but I want kids. Like, I know I want you to have my baby, blah, 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 but can't marry you. They're not ready for marriage, but they
All I
want
want
to
to say,
procreate.
2 things actually. Number 1, I want you to notice her change in language when she was talking about creating broken homes, not homes, houses. She changed it. She said, not homes, houses, because that is a very key thing. Y'all niggas is out here procreating, da 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 da. A home is much more than just a child and a
Walls
wife,
and a roof.
right? And providing. No, a home, there is love in the home. There is cherishing each other in a home. There is
secure attachments.
Yes, there is healthy emotional relationships in a home.
Consistent nurture in a
Y'all
home.
niggas have houses. From now on, be like, oh, you got a house. Oh, yeah, this is my family. This our home. No, that's your house. That ain't your home. That's your house.
Honey, and they swear because they have all this money that they're creating a home. Babes, you live in an $8 million
house.
You should
mansion, but a house. Second thing for me, I want to understand, when did all these men get a fear of divorce versus a fear of finding the person that they want to marry or be with? Because I've heard this now for the second time,
15th time
on national, at least on a national platform. Because the first time was Clay. Now Clay, I could sort of understand because of his daddy. He don't want to end up like his daddy. But that was also some bullshit, because you could easily work to not be like your deadbeat daddy for cheating on your mama and taking you on his little sexcapades. That's easy. But now Cam Newton as well is talking about I have my fear of divorce is greater than my fear of being with somebody. I was like, huh?
You've also heard it on Sweet Life.
Yes.
Man, that sounds like even our generation is like adopting that mindset. It's crazy.
I want to know when did all of this? Maybe it's because of
said something about he's like not ready yet for marriage, but they got a whole baby.
They've been
together for 8 years.
I genuinely want to understand what is this obsession or this want to procreate, but not like she said, build fucking homes with someone. I don't know where it came from. If you don't want to be married, just don't be married. That's fine. But don't go around thinking you finna just fucking lay up with somebody and have kids with them. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
I think a part of it is also like men are so obsessed, and maybe it's not just men, but specifically for men, they're really obsessed with passing on their legacy, and like as
Yes.
if it's like this hierarchy thing where it's like, oh, I've done so much greatness in my life, like I need somebody to pass it down to. But it's like, okay, you think you're just passing down like your funds,
No.
the money that you've made, and like you want them
Your
to carry on your
legacy is not,
business.
yeah,
But
your legacy
yeah,
is
but you're
never
also
going to
passing
be.
down the trauma, the generational trauma to your baby, especially if you're not going to be an active father who is, even if you're not with the person you had this baby with, like cohabiting with this person, like there's clearly no intention to be married to this person. So like imagine the amount of trauma you're passing on. Cam Newton's parents were married, are married for however many years. He's like what, 30, so they've been together for at least like 3 decades, but he has a fear of marriage. But babes, you don't think you making all these babies with all these women will not give your child the same trauma that you have over marriage when you're not even married to them? Like now your babies are not seeing any example of what a good marriage looks like. You clearly didn't, yet you want that for not only them, but even more babies down the line. Like, what?
I just my only thing is like she made a very good point, is like you're actively participating and finding low functional individuals to also, and like she said, like, it was like, no offense to the women, but this is very low functional like behavior,
Behavior.
because to also agree, because they're also agreeing and to be active in this.
I'm sorry, do you know what this reminds me of? Your
Oh,
plate
the
is
low
very low
vibration.
vibrational. You see
Yes.
what you got on your plate? I would never eat off that plate.
You see what Dr. Bryant is trying to teach some of you niggas? It's like, I would never allow
I would
somebody.
never date a nigga who to come up inside me talking about I don't want to marry you though. I could never do that.
And at the same time, and I also think maybe it has something to do with this whole like wives and girlfriends of, athletes like culture that kind of came out and became very like big during our generation. Like we were seeing that shit on TV. Do you remember Wags, the show? Basketball Wives.
Oh yeah.
Like there was a whole
But they
like,
were married, weren't they?
no, a lot of them were like
Sean was.
either either they were divorced or they just were either divorced or girlfriends. There very few were
Oh, and they all
wives.
had like were all like mothers of their babies or something, or dating.
And all these women seemed to be living very comfortable lives on their alimony, as allegedly, because they all apparently had their own businesses on the side as well. So, but all I'm saying is like there's, I think maybe that culture kind of seeped its way into the young minds of a lot of our women, the women of our
This has been going on for
generation.
generations. It's not just us.
No,
It's
but I'm
been going
saying
on for so many generations.
it has been going on for so many generations, but I'm saying within our time frame, within our like generation, is like when we saw it like highly publicized and like, made like put up on a pillar and like admired, and people were like, I want that. Like, before it'd be like, oh,
basketball wife.
you're a basketball wife? Okay, cool. Or, you're a girlfriend of, yeah, like to the point where it's even become like meme worthy to be the girlfriend sitting next to the guy about to get drafted into the NBA or the NFL. And it's like, come on now.
It's so funny.
Come
I'm sorry.
on
I'm just
now.
thinking about the mom who was like pushing the girlfriend out of view.
Shoving her out
Baby,
of the
we're gonna need some pictures without you.
Yeah,
In
please,
case this doesn't work out.
Because, girl, we know you only here for. Why is it always white girls though? Can we just say that? Can
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother. That's another. We'll get into that in when we have our special guest, Dr. Umar, on.
Right. For his Snow Coon retreat.
Go ahead.
But Dr. Bryant
really,
really gagged me when she was talking to Nick Cannon. First of all, her patience is complete. It's so admirable, because I could literally never. That man barely let her get a thought out.
He interrupted her so many fucking times. I genuinely was just like, shut the fuck up, Nick. Like, you're not funny. You're
And then
not
he was
funny.
like telling on himself at the same time. He's like, if a woman wants a jet, I'm gonna get her a jet. If she wants to go to church, I'm gonna go to church. If she wants this,
That's just
I'm
her
gonna do
price.
this. And then that's what I'm gonna do. And then later I'm gonna show her that I'm manipulative. And then she's still already in here. She already got what she wanted, so it doesn't really matter when I'm manipulative. And she's like, what? Like, sir, Nick, what? Like, you realize
where
you're
is
like
the
telling on yourself right now. Like, I don't understand. You're like trying to defend yourself, but also doing the very thing she says that you do. You're saying you do the very thing that she says you do.
It's the fact the Shade Room had to come out with a fucking family tree.
Oh, I
because
love
of how
that
many
family
kids.
tree. Please, if
And
y'all
then
are
the
watching,
fact that like
pull up the screen right now.
And then
I'ma
the fact
pull it
that
up.
like in the what's it called? In the family tree, like the way the kids were numbered. Yeah, the way the kids were numbered, it was like I was like 4 and 5
so
were
you got
not
1, 2 with Mariah Carey.
And I hate that she's even included in this.
I know.
I hate that she's even part of this.
But it's okay. She got her legacy building. You got 3 and 4 with Brittany Bell. Then you got 5 and 6 with Abby De La Rosa. Then you got 7 with Alyssa Scott. Then you got 8 with Brie Tiesi. Then you got 9 with Lanisha Cole. Then you got 10 with Brittany Bell. Then you got 11 with Abby De La Rosa. Then you got 12 with Alyssa Scott.
That's the other thing. 10 and 12, the fact that he like went back and I was like, nah, okay, let's go back to this.
Ran it back.
He ran it back twice. Y'all let this man spin the block twice. No, because he only went back to 2 of them.
No, he went back to 3.
Because he has
Abby, Brittany, and Alyssa who got to skip in between their first 2 and their second. Alyssa with her first and second.
And I just know there's another one coming. With it,
and before,
before this year ends, I have a feeling there's gonna be somebody coming out saying we're pregnant, or either end of this year or before the end of March of next year.
But it's very low functioning behavior. I think it's very clear to somebody who wouldn't function in this way that it's low functioning behavior. Yeah. But to somebody who survives off of what Dr. What's her name? I'm forgetting her name already. Bryant. Mm-hmm. Off what Dr. Bryant said, it's clear that this is low functioning behavior on the outside. But to somebody who survives and has managed to survive for 40 plus years with this kind of mindset and behavior, it's not low functioning. It's what do you mean? I've been surviving like this and I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire, I have all these business streams, have all these what they would think as homes. Now my legacy is set up. Like, what more can I want? But you're creating 6 different houses. 6. You said, okay, I got my Mariah Carey. Boom. Let's say that didn't work, okay? I need somebody else. She wasn't for me. We divorced, blah, blah, blah. Okay? You got your second family with Miss, I can't even keep up with this chart, Brittany Bell. You're like, you know what? Let's try again. Lots of people do.
He's not even marrying these women. That's the other thing. Because at least Mariah can say, we have a marriage certificate and a divorce decree. These girls just have birth certificates.
They dated, they got married, like they were in love. I think Nick Cannon also, didn't he have like a major health scare or something? So it's like made him really think about like, what am I leaving on this earth?
Niggas
and to him, he thought a litter of children is what it needs to be. Wanted. A litter of traumatized children growing up in broken homes. Because on top of your health scare, let's say something were to happen to you, now these children are without a father. Now there's not even the factor of only getting to see you a couple of times a week, if they even get to see you that often. You're gone. And that presence is going to be deeply felt, especially you're having these children at 40 plus years old. Like, what is that going to mean for them growing up without you there, because you're not on this earth anymore?
Not only that, like, I just want to know, like, as these kids get older and they start reading and seeing like all this stuff about their dad, XYZ, and start asking questions, are they just gonna be like, I really don't want a relationship with this man? Imagine just all the kids just be like, actually, you really are ain't shit person, so I don't want anything to do with you.
Because the kids will find out every time.
I don't need your money. I'm good, thanks.
The money is not enough.
Because then now what? They don't want your money, nor do they want you. So there goes your legacy.
And it's like, because
and then
honestly,
imagine
for so long,
they all decide. Actually, by the way, I'm gonna drop Cannon for my name. They don't want your last
still
name.
Alive at that point, that will actually end it.
They don't want your name. They don't want your money, and they don't want nothing to do with you specifically.
Don't associate me with your quote unquote legacy.
Do not include.
I mean, look at what happened to Brad Pitt, honey. The amount of money you've earned and the career you've built is not enough to protect your relationship with your kids if you're an ancient father.
Shit, even what's his name? Kel from Kenan and Kel.
All right, moving on.
No,
but yeah, I think Dr. Bryant was really spitting, and the fact that she really came on these men's platforms to drag them just gave me so much life. Because I also think these are the kind of men that are always in front of yes people who will not who don't hear a lot about the things that they're doing in a very honest way. And about the negative impact they're having in people's lives. And I'm like so glad that there's somebody there who is telling these men about themselves in the healthiest, most patient way possible. I recommend they don't go on the internet after those sessions, because I think they really need to take the time to reflect and take the good that she was saying away from other people's commentary about it, and actually take what she was saying and actually put it into their lives.
And also, I think there's definitely not. I hope not only that those two men heard what she said, but also men like them who have the same mindset as them. Because those men definitely give low-key incels. Actually, not even low-key, high-key. Actually, y'all just give incel period. Because it's very weird. And I'm sure after those interviews and those videos came out, there was a lot of their supporters and a lot of their hype men who saw what they were doing as nothing wrong. Who were just like, man, she just a hater, da 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 da. Oh, she definitely want to be, one of these women. And I'm like, no, baby, no. Like they've been saying all over the, of the timeline. If you ain't making Nick Cannon, Cam Newton money, don't worry about your legacy. Don't be worried about
making that kind of money, babes. You need to be worried about your legacy if this is the kind of homes you're trying to create. Houses,
not homes, houses. Baby, I come from a home. Y'all come from houses. You know that TikTok sound of that girl who's like, I fight bitches. I call the cops. She goes, I'm from the hood. I'm from the suburbs. I don't fight. Anytime nowadays, I'm going to just be like, that's very low functional behavior. You must come from a house. You didn't come from a home. You come from a house.
Very low functioning behavior.
Very low functioning behavior.
Yeah.
Child. What else is going on?
But yeah, honestly, that was all that was on the timeline for me that I really care about. Other than Love Island stuff.
Girl, they still going. I saw Miss Girl got a Fenty. She got a Fenty PR box.
Miss Serena and her big bag, not the little one, honey.
Big bag.
As if the sacred wasn't enough. The whole Sacred salon video. Now Fenty is sending her products. It's giving Fenty ambassador. Like Beyonce and Rihanna are on her line every day begging to promote their products.
Sorry,
and she's like, oh my God, get
I can't
off
come to the Hamptons. I gotta go.
I'm so busy. My man is in my comments every day. Where are you? Busy. She's a busy girl.
I love that. What are you watching on TV right now? Since Love Island is done and Love Is Blind is over now.
I've started watching Purple Umbrella, but I'm not caught up on that. But I did see a tweet that was Umbrella Academy. Apparently that's what it's called.
You've been calling it Purple Umbrella?
Yes.
I was literally about to ask you what's Purple Umbrella, and you meant Umbrella Academy.
Show about the kids with
No, I know what show it is now that you've said it's actually called Umbrella Academy.
It's
But when you
called
said
Purple Umbrella.
no,
Somebody lying.
no, the show is called girl. This is not even like a fucking what's that Mandela
Morgan
effect?
Freeman. Thank you.
No,
Effect.
you're done. You're done.
Sorry.
You are
Something
done.
like that.
You are done. The
I was
fact
close.
Morgan Freeman effect.
Okay, so maybe I'm not great with names. That show.
Hey,
is really
hey. Anyways, this is not a Mandela effect. The show is called The Umbrella Academy. Has always been The Umbrella Academy. There is no purple umbrella. Where you got purple umbrella, I don't know. But anyway, go ahead. You haven't watched Umbrella Academy.
Sure, Jan. So I was reading a tweet. Let's talk about what I do recommend watching.
Okay.
The Glory. It's a K-drama, and it's about. I just saw this tweet, and it reminded me of it so much. It
I
said,
love K-dramas.
so good. It said this. So this tweet said, "Just got revenge on someone who wronged me 6 years ago. Never be relaxed ever. I'm coming."
Sleep with your
And I
eye
just
open.
love that energy so much of waiting and plotting on somebody's downfall, like, and doing it meticulously so that it goes exactly how you want it to be. And good things come to those who wait. 6 years? That's not a long time to wait on some good revenge. Honestly, that's like what, 2018? That
Girl,
seems like the other day.
I could
So
wait.
that reminded me of the show The Glory. It's a K-drama about this woman. She had really bad high school bullies, and it's not your typical high school bullies. They were burning her leg with flat iron, assaulting her downright. It was a whole thing. So she dropped out of the school or something, and since the day she dropped out to now when she's in her 30s, has been plotting on their revenge. She knows exactly about their lives, their kids. It's been 15 years where they go to school. She gets a job at her main bully's daughter's school. Her daughter's school. She becomes her daughter's teacher.
She coming for the whole family.
But no, I mean, the daughter won't suffer, but the mama will. I mean, children will suffer because of their parents, as we've talked about before.
I'm kind of
but
here for it.
Not directly. But yeah, the way that it's executed was just so beautiful to watch. So if you're into that kind of stuff, Law Abiding Citizen was my favorite movie. So I'm very much into revenge films. The Glory, cannot recommend enough, babes. I cannot recommend it enough. And if you don't know how to read, just turn on the dubbed version. You'll be
good. Subbed over dubbed every day. Anyway,
dubbed has been getting better, so I'm letting the girls who struggle with reading quickly, have a chance to enjoy some good cinema.
Them's the motherfuckers we never threw the popcorn to in class. Anyway, I'm currently watching Marry My Husband. That's another K-drama. It's really good.
Marry My Husband?
Mm-hmm.
What's that one about?
It's about this girl. She dies in this really unfortunate way, and it's kind of sad. But when she died, she got a chance to come back and relive her life up to a certain point to before she died. And so she remembers all of the things that were coming up, and she slowly started to realize her friend was actually not her friend, but was actually sabotaging her life and making her look bad. And so she's remembering all this stuff, and so she's now doing all the things because now that she knows and she remembers the way it happened, she's trying to avoid it and make basically typical K-drama shit. She's glowing back up. She was dating this guy who she thought was her love. Meanwhile, old dude actually had eyes for her best friend, and I think she found out they also were plotting to kill her so that they can get married. But yeah. And then also turns out her boss, secret, also apparently was it resurrected? I guess, is it resurrected?
Yeah.
When you die, but you go back in time at the same time.
I don't know. Groundhog Day?
I don't know. Anyway, but you're not living the same day over and over, though.
No.
I guess travel back in time. Anyway, he also apparently knows or he apparently also, I guess, either traveled back in time or died and traveled back in time. I'm not sure on the specifics. I started watching it like smack dab in the middle because of TikTok, and then I went to actually go find
In the
it.
middle is so chaotic.
Don't worry, there's recaps. I did a recap video beforehand. So, but yeah, that one, Marry My Husband, is really good. And the boss is in love with her, and it's just so cute to watch. You know what I love about K dramas and their
What?
romance? It's never like, hi, I like you too, let's fuck. No, theirs is like, it is longing. There is like
very cutesy.
episodes, hours before you even get them to fucking hold hands. And when they do, it's like, oh my God. You know, they know how to
slow burn.
They love a good slow burn. They love to edge motherfuckers on too. I'll say that, because you be thinking, oh, it's about to happen. It's about to, no, not right now.
Finally.
Oh, no, not yet. Oh,
bye.
And then literally the final like season episode at the last like 29 seconds is when they're like, all right, y'all can fuck now, or y'all can kiss. It's never sex. It's always you can kiss.
Yeah, because I will say The Glory had a beautiful romance aspect in it too, despite it being about like revenge and stuff. Like the girls be eating down on the romance department.
Yes. But shout out to them. Oh, you know what else is back? Speaking of shows. Bel-Air. Are you tuned in? Are you watching?
I'm not watching yet because I need to catch up on Purple Umbrella, but as soon as I finish it, I'm gonna watch Bel-Air.
Well, it is slowly becoming one of the best reboots ever. Because I've been I watched the first episode, but I've been catching like little clips here and there. And from what I can tell, it's gonna be a real good season. They do a lot of callbacks to like the old show. I don't know. You remember that scene from the old show where like Aunt Viv is like, you know, not feeling her most confident, and she's like looking at herself in the mirror. She's like, Philip, do you think I'm still beautiful? And he just goes, woman, are you crazy? And he just goes into like this long speech about how beautiful her dark skin is, how beautiful, like all this stuff about how she, you know, she's given him these kids. I'm like, that is real love. Apparently there's a callback to that scene in the new season.
Yeah,
and I was like,
those photos are so cute.
I was like, oh, this is how you do a good reboot. And even just from season 1 and season 2, I'm here for it. So
same. I've been enjoying them from the beginning, and I was one of those skeptics that was like, whatever, I'm gonna watch just to support Coco Jones and Will Smith and these newbies. But honestly, they've had me since the beginning.
Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, and I guess you can cover your ears.
I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it.
It's already been on the internet, girl.
But it hasn't been on my internet. No, I have not seen. The only clip I've seen is Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. Spoil next week.
Friend. You haven't seen Jeffrey?
Oh yeah, I've seen him, but that was on the trailer. That's not a spoiler. But what
I
he
thought that
does
was a spoiler.
In the show, no, what he does in the show isn't like.
Oh, never
clear.
mind.
He's just like
that was gonna be my spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! Old Jeffrey comes back.
Bryant is one of those friends you cannot let them watch a show ahead of you because they want to spoil it so bad. I think because you don't care about when things are spoiled, you are like, yeah, let me find out. But some of the girls like to be in the moment and like not know what's coming.
No, literally, I told Wangeshi before we even started recording, I was like, oh, I have some news about like, you know, my thing. She was like, no, wait, do it on when we're recording. I want to give a genuine, authentic reaction. I said,
I love being in the moment. Like, what can I say? Like, I don't want to know. I don't even like just wait. Like, I don't want your reactions. Like, I want to be in like surprise on my own. Like, you were able to be the first time. Well, you probably weren't able to be because you love watching things first, like Beyonce's concert. The amount of times you had seen it before we went,
baby, I had the full fucking. Oh yeah, it was. I
had to mute that woman's name to get it off my feed. Like Beyonce with and without the asterisk, with the parenthesis, with the apostrophe S and without. Like I was like, I don't know how many times I can mute Beyonce.
Baby, you had to mute Renaissance. You had to mute Renaissance Tour. all the different ways niggas can misspell Renaissance.
That was just my muted words was just like 10 different variations of Beyonce and Renaissance tour, Renaissance concert shit.
I have Taylor Swift muted.
Oh well, she's been muted since like 2013.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Bitch. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. Janae, she added me on her YouTube channel. She replied to one of my comments.
Wait, she at Wangeshi TV.
She at Wangeshi, honey. Yeah.
Wow.
I won't say the full thing because this is like my, you know how there's like Finsta? This is like my Finsta YouTube.
I feel like now I'm going to have to mute Wangeshi because she's literally going to be like, Janae knows my name.
Janae added me personally.
Speaking of muting people.
She winked. She sent me her signature wink, first of all. Because,
not her wink.
They were, talking about on her little date night video. I'm mad I'm seeing this. This was 4 days ago. That's insane. And they were like, oh, my God, Janae's still showing Kenny's place, even though the people said don't show. And I'm like, it's fine because they'll be moving in together anyways. And she was like, haha, oops. And then sent me a winky face.
So she basically was confirming.
Yeah. They're going to be moving in together. And she wanted to let me know personally that it
Beyonce has my number. Beyonce knows where I live. When I went to jail, Beyonce paid my bill. You sound like fucking Roland Ray right now. But okay, girl.
Honey, and guess what? Did Roland Ray get a personal package from Beyonce?
He did for Ivy Park. Okay. And we all ate our words when he did. We all ate our words.
Thank you.
So when you get,
and when I have Miss Janae as a guest on here, then you're going to be like, oh my God, you know what? I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I'm like, yeah, I know. Thank you.
When you do that, let me know so I can go watch the entire Love Island season in 2x speed.
You have not...
Girl, when that shit started popping off, it was already middle of the season. I said, "Ugh, no." Mm-mm.
And you catch
Mind you,
up,
I have Peacock. Mind you, I have Peacock Premium. I actually have it.
That is diabolical for you to not have watched it. I will say, don't watch these streaming apps on your TV because why can't you watch it on like extra high speed?
Oh,
I have the Peacock app now. I got her legit too.
Oh.
And wait, why are we both paying for Peacock? Anyways, let's discuss later.
Oh no, I'm not. Mine is through Xfinity. They gave it to us for 2 years for free.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah, Peacock was I was canceling right after the reunion, and they're like, please, just for $3, will keep us around. And I was like, dang,
please, sir, you can have some more.
Please.
They must really need the viewership. But...
So I was like, okay, girl. And Bel Air was coming out, so I was like, yeah, let me just.
Oh whatever. Yeah, true.
But yeah, Janae, friend of the pod, we're gonna have you on, girl. I'm so happy to hear about you and Kenny, girl. I knew y'all were moving in together soon enough, so I'm just very blessed
moving
to
in
hear
is crazy,
from you personally.
Though.
Yeah, moving in, but not right now. I think there was a runner up of Love Island UK, and they just posted that they're moving in together or something. Somebody named Uma and Will or something like that.
Oh,
and everybody's
really?
like, why would you do this?
That's early day. It's early days.
Early days.
Early days, innit?
Very early days. And Serena and Cordell, my Kane and my Cordina, they would never do anything so tragic. They're just gonna enjoy booking these flights for now.
Collecting these PR checks. I'm here for it.
Yeah, and then I'll hit up Janae every once in a while to be like, is it coming soon? And she'll let me know.
Girl, anyway, let's move on because I want to talk about what's in and what's out.
What's in, what's out? This dick.
Oh my God.
Get it? Because in a hole, it's in, then it's out.
Okay. Moving on.
We're doing puns and stuff.
Yeah, but not so graphic. Jesus. Actually, you know what? I already talked about Bungie Cat last episode. Never mind.
Exactly. I was just thinking about, the stuff that people can relate to.
Anywho, you gotta.
Did you wait? You know the Jill Scott meme where she's crying, crying, smiling, and she's
oh, when she's in that bathroom and Tyler Perry's
And
Why Did I Get Married?
yes, somebody was like, "This is gonna be me when the tip finally goes in."
When
She
it's
said
been a
she
minute
been
since that you felt the tip. Yeah, I remember that
okay.
tweet. I know that tweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
I was the one who retweeted it for it to end
ah.
up on your fucking timeline too.
See, and you want to talk about me being nasty?
Yeah, guys. I don't know if I should say follow me on Twitter, but enter at your own risk. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
Well, I
a
guess you could definitely
great
give
way to
you
put it.
pre-warning. But okay, so what's in and what's out? I have a what's in for me. Again, I guess this is just a callback to what our check-in, but for me, what's in is very much health. I think in the past few months and also the past year, I've just been very mindful, very demure, very cutesy about what I'm putting into my body. Pun all the way intended. But I think it's as we get older, we really have to start looking, especially when it comes to like sun, like protecting your skin from the sun. You know, I have been wearing fucking sunscreen like it's lotion, like it's Vaseline. I highly recommend that you all do also because that shit is going to save your life from wrinkles. Y'all want to know how black people,
And
why black
cancer.
don't crack and skin cancer? Y'all want to know why black don't crack? Sunscreen.
And
Put some
melanin.
melanin, but also sunscreen.
Amen.
So, yeah, that's what's in for me. You got an any?
They go together real bad.
Do you have an
since
innie
you're
or
talking about
outie?
House, I have an innie.
Okay.
Do you want to see it? I do have a crop top on. Oh,
We're getting wow.
I have an innie.
And it's bejeweled.
And it's bejeweled in my Y2K era.
Come on, not the Ed Hardy.
What does this say? I actually don't know what it says. It could literally say like cut to the feminine. I wouldn't even know.
Cut to the feminine or what? Ow.
Can you see it? Can you see what it says? I can't tell.
It says cunt.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to bleep that.
But what's in for me is like you were talking about health and stuff. I think for me it's fasting. Me and like Jada just did we did it was like a 40-hour fast. We were originally gonna try to go for 3 days, and we're like, let's listen to our bodies. After the first full day, the second day we were really struggling. So we cut it early, and I felt like we just kind of knew that it was better for us. Like we have this goal in our head, but it's better to like listen to your body. But it just made us feel so good, and I feel like fasting just helps me feel like very like clear-headed and intentional. Like I'm very like intentional and mindful about what I'm eating, what I'm not eating. Actually, the first day we were fasting is when I saw like the FDA put out this like list of foods that they're recalling, and they have been doing that a lot this like past month. So it's concerning.
Yeah.
And also it's just good to let your body like for you to listen to your body, because as you said earlier, like sometimes you just eat when you're bored, you eat when you're happy, you eat when you're sad.
Yeah.
And your body is like, babes, I'm still trying to digest what you ate an hour or two ago. And yeah, the first day of fasting like wasn't even hard for me, and I'm glad that I listened to my body that second day to be like, okay girl, like I'm glad you showed that you could persevere through it all, but that's enough. Listen to me now. And it's sad because I feel like somebody was like, oh, waking up and eating 500 to 1,000 calories is crazy. And I was really going to use that for motivation. Then she ended up being like fat phobic and a weirdo. But I was like, oh, motivation. But that's why you don't take things from the internet. You look it up. You do things as doctor orders.
I will say, as somebody who's like been eating at a caloric deficit, as like going from eating, I guess, I don't know how many calories I was eating. I was just ingesting food. Correction, not even ingesting, inhaling. To like being very mindful about every single calorie or, ounce or whatever, what you put in your body is like It's very beneficial and it's very good. And I think like the fact that you did a fast is crazy for 41 hours. Like I think
I'm not gonna say how long I've done it before, but I've done much longer previously. But that's when I adapted my body. You know, I come from a house of pastas. Fasting is way of life.
And before we like get further into this conversation, I just want to say the Untitled Africans podcast does not support any forms of eating disorders. If you feel that you do have, please reach out to mental health professionals or your doctors to to get help. But in that, like I did it, the way I do mine is like intermittent fasting, like between 12 and 8, and so like, and I wake up for work at like 8:30. So like those first 4 hours, if I'm not like at least drinking water, babe, I am like, fuck, I need something in my stomach. So the fact that you did 41, and those are literally 4 hours as a former big bag, like, and you're doing 41, snaps to you, babe.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. It's definitely not easy. Definitely got to ease your way into it. And yeah, I'm just grateful. And then somebody else was like, all this talk about not eating and fasting is definitely giving way in a recession. Yeah, because everybody just broke. Nobody can afford food anymore. And now you want us to all get into it.
This is why I hate capitalism, because somehow we've all been fucking convinced let's all lose weight. I think that's why they don't want Ozempic and all these like weight loss like health.
You're seeing all the Ozempic. I'm seeing all the fasting stuff. It's really because we're in a recession.
It's really because no one can afford food, hoes. Like, come on. Clock in,
honey, babes. You think
open
you can
your
afford
third
a
eye
meal every day? That's very cute. That's very cute. 3 meals at that? No, babes. Wow. No, you can't even afford a home or a house. Okay.
Girl, what's out for you? I need an Audi. What's out?
An Audi. Can you go first?
Okay, yeah. Paying for dating apps. That's out. I'm sorry. I wanted to do an experiment this past week. So I paid for the highest level for Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble. I want you to guess how many.
Did?
Mm-hmm. And I was very intentional with my profile and everything. And I want you to guess how many matches I got as a premium member across all 3 apps, mind you, with a very long-term relationship set type of profile. Very dating for intention. Guess how many?
Like all across the board, or like each?
You can guess each or whichever one you feel.
Say like 5 each, because it might be quality over quantity. Did I guess right?
Girl,
I guessed it.
I got 0. From a week. 0 matches.
That would be my 13th reason.
0 matches.
Me?
Yeah, you think
that shouldn't even be allowed if you're paying.
I would like to talk to the developers, the whoever at Hinge, Bumble.
What is the point
Tinder.
of paying if you can't even get matches? Like,
thank you.
I don't understand.
Thank you. I have gotten 0 matches in the course of a week. Now,
I would fight somebody.
Now, I want you all to be very cognizant.
You want to fly to California?
Baby, Sao Paulo. We not Sao Paulo, Palo Santo. We coming for your asses. But yeah, a week, babes, a week. I'm out about. Yeah, I'm out about $80 and not a nigga in sight or a date.
What are they? Okay, so what do they tell you when you're like paying? Like, what are the perks?
You get like
can't unlimited. You see people who liked you or something like?
You can see who liked you. You can see who unlimited swipes. You can see that. I think on Tinder with their highest one, you can, instead of just doing like a regular like swipe right, you can like actually like and like send them a message as well, kind of like on Hinge. With Hinge, I think with their highest option, you got like unlimited likes. And all this other stuff, and also the filters were opened up to you to like, be able to really, whittle down. And babe, I tried everything. I tried no filters. First day, I said no filter. Let's just go through. And if I see somebody's whose profile matches, what I'm looking for, and I feel like we would be aligned, we'll say yes, right? Or we'll write a prompt. That didn't work. So next step was, all right, let's filter them out. Filtering out literally led me to about maybe 10 minutes of swiping on each app before I ran out of people.
Oh my God.
And then the third day, I think I tried, it was like a mix. It was like, okay, before it was like, these are like, non-negotiables for me. They have to be between this age range. They have to be this highly educated, or they have to be like, XYZ. So I was like, all right, let's see some of the stuff that maybe we could, So I was like, all right, it's fine if you drink. It's fine if you smoke marijuana. If you're 420 friendly, fine, whatever. I don't care. As long as it's not in my face, So I was like, okay, that's dismissible. Then I was like, all right, they don't got to be college educated. They don't got to be, all right, I can maybe waver a little bit on the years. Let's, I can date a 25-year-old. It's not too bad, Okay, I can maybe go up to like 39. Let's just not hit 40. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I was like, okay. So I did that across all the apps. Still nothing. Yeah. So then I finally
not on apps anymore. Like,
babe, I don't know, girl. I even went as far as getting on the BLK app.
You really tried. You cannot. Nobody can tell you that you did not try.
Why is it that I got more matches on there but 0 responses?
Because do people go on there like consistently? I feel like people go on there like, fuck it, I'm getting on the BOK app, and then they never visit again after they make it and finish swiping.
Well, I will say that is the only app where I now have 2 individuals that I've been having conversations with since swiping on them.
Oh, good. Okay, that's
the
something.
BLK app, y'all. Really?
But
really?
It's black love.
That's what I've been wanting. But that app is so fucking like,
What is it like? Is it like what you hear about Facebook dating?
It's like that TikTok sound. It's like, my father drives an Aston Martin. My father drives a BMW. Well, my father drives a Rolls Royce. My father drives Mercedes Benz. My daddy drives a Ford F-150. That is the BLK app. Hinge is like supposed to be like, oh no, not even Hinge. Like, Raya and all these like elite exclusive dating apps are supposed to be like, oh, this is exclusive, whatever. So it's like those are like the Rolls Royces, right? And then like you got Hinge as the Mercedes. You've got maybe Bumble as like a Range Rover, and then you got like Tinder as like a BMW. BLK is low key. Fucking my daddy drives for F-150.
No, why?
Yeah.
Like, is it like, okay,
it's
caliber
literally
of men on there? Is it like how the site is set up?
It's the caliber of men. It's the UI UX interface of the app. It's also just like, there's not really much to like get into on there. Like with Bumble, you've got like, you can go on Bumble BFF. You can do Bumble I think it's like work or networking or something like that, right? It's got like different Bumbles, right? With Hinge, it's like,
I did not know you could do all that with Bumble.
Bumble is Bumble has expanded to like, you can just do friends too. Like we can just like
elevating, okay.
Yeah, but there's also with like Hinge, it's like the app that's meant to be deleted, right? So there's like, you get like a most compatible every day. You can go to your top picks and see if like you would match with them and stuff. It's like cool. With Tinder,
honestly, I would have sworn that Hinge would have been the one that's like most worth paying for.
You want to know why?
Why? Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
That will do it.
To the point where I followed this one girl's hack. She was like, guys, I figured it out. Set your profile to white/Caucasian, but then hide it. I tried it. Some very, very good, like very eligible like people came up. Mm-hmm. Then I saw another black girl. She said, guys, I got the hack. If you feel like you've been getting shitty like options on there, try it. Why don't you try doing 75 to 85 as the age range, and then set that to this is not. And make sure you don't click the this is not a deal breaker. Just set the age range, and it's fine. I will say the caliber of choices, and this is for Atlanta, like very literally, and they were, and all of them long-term relationship oriented, very much, you know, ticked every box.
I love
but
that.
I
Okay, so
matched with 0, and maybe we need somebody to analyze my profile. I don't know. If you are somebody who feels like they're good, if you're a Hinge expert and you're listening to this podcast, we want you to come on, and I will give you access to my phone or my profile, and you go through it and you let me know how or why I'm not matching with anyone. But as for me, all of y'all, I canceled my subscription to all of y'all as of now.
Oh, you canceled it already?
I mean, I still have.
Doesn't it go for like a month?
I still have to think until Sunday. So
they don't go for a month or something?
Baby, I paid for a week. You hear a week was almost $80 across all 3 apps. $24.99.
What the fuck?
$24.99. And you want me to pay for a month?
That is diabolical. A week? Yeah.
And maybe it was the length of time that I did it.
It's cheaper.
Maybe
it could also be timing. Cuffing season's coming. Maybe you need to do it to try to get in October.
But also, it's Global Black Pride in Atlanta this week. Is it because you hoes are actually on Grindr and Jacked and not Hinge?
I
clock it.
You may have.
But then I'm thinking, all the transplants, all the people that are going to be flying in.
Yeah, like what's tea? Like where you niggas at?
So I'm going to get on Grindr and Hinge for this next week, and then I'll come back and report with y'all and let y'all know.
Okay. We love a good update.
Yep. That's definitely what I'm going to do.
Okay. I'm rooting for you, babes. I definitely want to hear how the Grindr
Jacked nonsense is gonna
journey goes. I hope it goes better than the issues that you had before, but I think those are from personal DMs. So, I prefer you on the apps. I'll just say that.
Wow, clock it. She just threw mad shade, y'all. Wow.
I don't think that I have any good outs. I felt like I had an out. Oh, do you know what's out? Work meetings. I'm so sick of work meetings. I'm sick. And
it could have been an email.
To be on camera.
It could have been an email.
This work meeting.
It could have been an email.
You guys, do you want to see my face that bad? Do you miss it? What's going on? Like the same things that I'm hearing and seeing, I will be hearing and seeing with the camera off. It really doesn't even matter. And to have multiple in a week is simply rude. Okay? You're not considerate whatsoever. Okay? And very selfish of you, because I have things going on in my life on top of this job. I have enough going on with this job alone to now have to dedicate an hour making sure that I look presentable on screen at all times. I can't get up or do anything because the camera's on. I can't even multitask barely, because now you see my eyes shifting back and forth because I'm not really giving you all my attention like I think is what these people want.
What ends up happening is you stare at yourself the whole time. You miss everything everybody else is saying.
Like I don't even like.
If you know anything about this generation, it's like we have very short attention spans. Baby, you got to put on fucking Subway Surfers at the bottom of a fucking video in order for them to pay attention to shit, okay? Like, we need, an external stimulant. So for me, it's like,
honey.
What I like to do is like, I have my camera to my work, because I have 2 monitors, my laptop and like my main monitor. So I have my camera on top of my main monitor. So like so the camera angles like this way, so I'm looking here, so it looks like I'm looking at my other monitor, right? But really what I'm doing is I'm working and I'm using this external stimulant and I'm listening.
They're just gonna have to get my shifty eyes because I'm not looking at you. I don't want to pretend like I'm looking at you. When we started this, we did not have to be on camera, so I don't know why you're
Same.
switching up all of a sudden.
Same.
It's very odd, very strange, very inconsistent behavior that I don't appreciate. I finally don't have to be with you 8 hours plus a day, yet you still need to demand that you see my face for at least an hour for no actual good reason. Because honestly, this could have been done in a phone call. But if we're gonna
Okay.
have to do it via Zoom, Teams, whatever the fuck avenue y'all want to use, all I need to be looking at on that app needs to be your screen being shared. And if that's not happening, babes, call me. Babes, turn off that video monitor. Babes, don't ask me
Type
if
it
I can
in an
turn on my
email.
webcam. Exactly.
Send an
I'm
email.
I'm sick of it. It's so annoying because it wasn't enough that these girls couldn't commit to remote. Now it's like, even if you're hybrid, when you are working from home, I still demand to see your face and make sure that you have a blank background behind you. You're not enjoying life outside of the walls that we think you're enjoying life at. Like, it's just another
And
way to control us. I feel like without the control of having us there.
And I just want to say this to whoever invented the little active inactive light on your profiles across these messaging internal platforms like Slack and Google Meets and the what's the other one with Microsoft Teams. Whoever invented
Teams?
those, I hope your line of succession crumbles. I pray that every time you want to be outside, it rains and you don't have an umbrella in your car nor a trash bag. And I hope that every time you think you have a little snack ready for you in the fridge, somebody else has already gotten to it and eaten it. Because you are a diabolical bitch to snitch on motherfuckers like that. The amount
I
of
hope that
times
every time you
I
try to charge your
literally,
phone, you can never find a matching charging head to whatever USB you got. I
I
hope
hope,
your pillow is always too warm for you and you sweat a gallon every night you hit your head on that pillow. I hope you nick yourself every time you shave, 5 times at that. I hope every time you put on your shoes, there's a spider in it. I hope every time you back out of your driveway, you hit the garage.
I hope
You can proceed.
that every time you tell yourself you have time on a Monday to go put gas in your car, you wake up late and your car dies 2 feet before you enter the gas station. And on that note, thank y'all for tuning into the Untitled Africans podcast. This has been a very passively aggressive episode.
Very shady. Very shady, like the
Don't
clouds
forget,
outside.
don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, do all the good stuff, y'all. We are found wherever podcasts are found. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now officially on Revolt.tv. Where else? Oh yeah, don't forget, every Tuesday we put out a video on YouTube of the podcast. So go watch us. Our reactions are so much better on video, please. And
That
go
part.
subscribe to that channel, Untitled Africans on YouTube. Please, please, please. You can follow us on our social medias at Untitled Africans Pod on Instagram and on TikTok. We love you. Thank you for listening. Anything else, Wangeshi?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.